Like trucks, but they're not enough of a challenge to work on. Get yourself a van. 2 bars of boost going down hills. It looks a lot different. Never thought I would need a hitch step, but here we are. If you're on the road and you do a roadside repair, that automotive anxiety is like all-time high. Good morning. It is day 3, and we found the most beautiful spot here in Arkansas. Nice little A-frame on Airbnb, and it's really nice here, which is a good thing because we might be here all day. Will, you want to tell them what you did last night?
So I was driving the last leg yesterday.
Tell them about the compressor surge.
If I was to give the compressor surge noise a word, it would be intoxicating.
It's intoxicating.
And whenever the van is on high load, especially going uphill, it gives a nice, kind of noise. And, well, Will got his first taste of it last night. And first corner, got a single, second corner, I was like, you gotta go for the triple.
Well, you don't gotta do it.
Triples are best.
Triples is best.
Yeah, triples are definitely best. I don't want you telling about what happened on the triple.
So when I went for the triple, it popped.
Big whooshing noise. And then the entire cabin of the van filled with all of the turbo noises that you don't want to hear, which is open air turbo noises. So we got here, immediately the exhaust temp spiked, went right over 1200, and we slowed down to like a crawl. We still had a little bit of a hill to get up because it actually is pretty steep. There was a sign here that said crooked and steep. Be very careful, and we kind of laughed at it, and then it got the best of us.
Yeah.
You almost had me. You never had me. You never had your car.
That we got out, it was pretty hot, but I think we found our problem, which is we actually tore the hose from the turbo to the intercooler piping. Yeah. So now the big problem is if you haven't noticed, we're here, and I don't see a Ford dealer, a Napa, a Summit, anything here.
Absolutely nothing.
That might have the parts we need, because one, you're probably asking like, well, just run the truck NA, but the problem is the exhaust temps are just way too high, and I really don't want to like blow the motor by running like 1400 EGT. The other issue is we could probably try to patch it, but this thing boosts like 30 to 40 PSI, which is why the noise is so intoxicating. So we got a little bit of a plan today. So one is try to find a replacement hose. The other thing is if it's the location of it, because you're probably sitting here thinking a coupler, like, oh, that can't be that difficult. Well, it is at the worst place to possibly get to in a van because it's not accessible from the front. It's not accessible from the doghouse in the actual cabin. So it is like right underneath the dash. So getting to it's going to be interesting. So anyway, we got a lot to figure out. We have to figure out how we're going to get from here to somewhere to get that part. And we also, take in some things of like, do we want to try to limp it out of here and put ourselves in a worse situation? Or do we just want to kind of hang out here all day and enjoy this? Yeah. All right. Let's go actually pop the hood and see what's wrong with this thing.
You got a lot of stuff in there. She said you're clear of all cables on this side.
See, when you're a big guy like me, you need to travel with normal sized people like Will.
I'm a little guy.
Because there's no way I would fit in here and my arm would get through all of that. I'd have to just pull the entire body off the chassis. My fear is that the tool's too long because it's like a long reach 7/16. What sucks too is I emptied this whole thing out when I sent on the transport because I'm always afraid of stuff going missing on
you know what we should do?
On transport. What's up?
Do you have a little pair of pliers? We could just take the oil filler off.
That's what I was asking before. We can do that? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So do we want to try to pull it, or do we want to just try to
No, I think we should try to put it back in.
Okay.
I think we thought last night when we were looking at it in the dark, it looked like there was a tear in the boot.
Which you thought was black.
Because it was black, and that's just because there's a bunch of oil in the boot. But when we pulled the doghouse off, we realized that it looks like the charge pipe may have just popped out. It might
Yeah.
just be super simple. Other than I have no clue how to get to that clamp. Wait, did the clamp break?
The clamp's still there.
Oh no, clamp's still there. I can see that.
It's just really loose.
Yeah, there's no tears.
Yeah.
We're good.
Nice. I can see it.
All right. The biggest issue is really just going to be getting a tool in there to tighten this up. And this is where our adventurers made a choice to give their vehicle the much needed drinking water they would eventually need. They just don't know yet.
Please blur the label of what we're putting in there. It's
What?
totally distilled.
This is distilled water.
Yeah.
We would only put distilled water in a vehicle in an emergency situation. Otherwise, we would just not operate said vehicle. It's a race fan. It's one of those, like, you can't really see the level because the stuff I just put in is like completely, it's like oil and vinegar.
What's the scoop?
All right, I think we are put back together. I mean, unless you want to just take this time now to change the headlights, like we're already in it.
We could.
I worked with a company called Vantage Optics and Morimoto to build this light, which I'm pretty stoked about, and hopefully we get them on at some point before the end of the trip. We all know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, how hard is that? I say you start it and drive it around here real quick.
Just to make sure we're
Just
good.
to make sure. See positive boost numbers and then see if it doesn't just immediately pop a diddy pop.
A what?
All right, here's the test start. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like she fixed. Little test run. All right, we already got 2 bars of boost going downhill, so probably pretty good here. Nice. They got this little gravel road here, so this will be the perfect uphill test. Obviously this thing normally will make upwards of like 25 pounds, but there's not that much load here. Seems to work. I mean, we're not really gonna know until we've got some serious boost, but I think we'd rather get out of town, test it where we might be closer to buying something else. Although we just need a tool, honestly, at this point. It's like parts isn't a problem. Right now we just need a deep 7/16 and maybe a ratchet so we can get in there and tighten it better if we need to. But everything else looks pretty good. Welcome to Snack Break, your favorite part of any Hoonigan content. Today, we have heirloom popcorn, spicy cheddar cheese balls, brought to you by our friends at Black Rhino. All right, the wheels I run on this van, it doesn't matter whether or not you have like a lifted F-250 or you've got a fully overland spec Tacoma with way too much stuff mounted to your roof. They make really cool wheels for it. Either you have something like this that looks like a lot of things from the hardware store, or very simple 5-spokes, 6-spokes. Check them out. And now let us check this out. Pretty excited about this. Tabasco sauce. I'm not a big Tabasco guy. I'm more of like a Cholula guy, but see what you're working with. They've been fans of Tabasco sauce for as long as they can remember, and they love how it enhances flavor. All right, here we go. Everybody knows the rules. Okay, I like them. They actually have a good amount of heat. I just think I remembered that I don't really love Tabasco sauce. Like, I think that's the problem, is like, it's just not my favorite spice, but that doesn't mean I won't finish the bag of them. It actually tastes a lot like Tabasco, and I think that is where they need to be, that's where they need to be commended, because a lot of times you see these like crazy collabs and it tastes nothing like the product they say. This actually tastes a lot like Tabasco. I don't know if I taste any cheddar, but yeah, they're pretty good cheese puffs. Anyway, heirloom, pipcorn. It's not even popcorn. Heirloom pipcorn snacks, spicy cheddar, cheese balls with Tabasco. Brought to you by Black Rhino, hard alloys. All right, we fixed it. In the end, luckily nothing broke. There was no tears. We just had to put it back together. Unfortunately, getting to it was wasn't difficult. It was really time consuming, annoying, torturous, all those words. So anyway, good news is it runs again. We took it for a test drive and time to hit the road. Very crooked and steep. They warned us. They said 15 miles an hour. They didn't listen. We got just lulled in by the sweet, sweet sounds of the compressor surge.
Where to?
All right, so quick update. It gave up again, so we're guessing it's probably the hose clamp is probably bad. So we're gonna need to go somewhere, let this thing cool down, but it would be good for us to find some tools so it would be a little easier. Where to?
Closer to I-40. I mean, there might be something right there. We could also just go eat and let it cool down. We're almost to the Waffle House.
We got ourselves closer to, I mean, we're kind of in the middle of everything. We got a Walmart, we've got an Ace Hardware, we've got a Napa, right?
O'Reilly up there?
O'Reilly's, and we got a movie theater, so we can just let that thing cool down and hoping a new clamp will do the job. Well, we got more than I think we expected because we actually found what looks like the right hose and clamps and everything. Here we are again. Getting better at it though, like having a ratcheting wrench is really making this a lot better. So new it's got the axle. Well, having the right tools makes it a lot easier. We're already like 20 minutes past where we were the first time we did this. If you watched this channel before, you know I have a thing for bolts, especially cleaning real rusty ones. And after hours of labor removing rust from a bolt, I sit there and I deliberate for another 3 hours. Should I use red or should I use blue thread lock? It's a big decision. But now, thanks to the folks at Permatex, we have a whole new color in our arsenal called orange. You ask, what does orange do? I'm gonna tell you what orange does. Orange holds like red, but it breaks free like blue. Imagine that. Now, break orange free, just like you do blue, good old-fashioned hand tools. And the design of it kind of has a little bit of a lip balm vibe to it, which actually works really well. Putting those 2 dots, a little there, boom, you're ready to go. Do yourself a favor though, don't put this on your lips. For some reason it goes numb, don't ask me how I know. Permatex Orange, add it to your toolkit, enjoy it. It's gonna change, well, I'm still gonna do all the bad habits I've had, but anyway, Permatex Orange. All right, so we've got it back together now for the second time.
How many more times?
While we did buy a new coupler, the angle was wrong and we just couldn't get it past the pipe, past the alternator that way. We did use the brand new clamps and we sent them to the moon. So hopefully this holds.
No, it won't.
Head northwest. 4-wheel parts off-road. Truck and Jeep 4x4 parts may be closed by the time you arrive.
Thanks. Appreciate you. All the confidence in the world today. We literally just want to park the car, walk to the hotel, and just call Chipotle.
not a parallel one.
With no boost, like we can cruise 50. Well, it's actually 40.
Yeah.
Although if we came to a hill, we have a problem. Figured we'd find someone who builds fast cars. Hoping that they don't have the parts.
Yeah, so thought process is most of these auto parts stores aren't going to have a 2.5-inch 45-degree turbo outlet charge pipe elbow. So a performance shop probably would, because that's a pretty common size. So let's go find out.
So we're now just bouncing around town here, trying to find someone who might have a hose. Otherwise, we're gonna try to get somebody to send us one from somewhere else and just spend the night here. Maybe go catch a movie. Movie's always a good thing on a road trip. I think the two of us realize we haven't really got much sleep in the past 3 nights, so a little exhausted. And this is about as fast as I can go before the boost tries to kick in and EGTs go through the roof. So this is what we got right now.
Tried the local Napa. Scotto's got a lead on a charge pipe and coupler kit. They could come from California. We got some offers to people that could bring something out for us from Little Rock, which would be really nice. But we don't want to just do a Band-Aid because continuing on the road trip, going through the hottest parts yet still. So
during the hottest heat wave of all time.
Hey, you don't want to mess around with those. So
I think International would have it.
Yeah, Rush. That's it.
This is an International engine.
Found anything yet? We ain't found shit.
All right, so we limped this thing at like 26 miles an hour for 26 miles. Took about an hour if you're good at math. But Mike from No Limit Fab back in California.
My name is Mike Dillahay, and this is my Audi R8. It's 2,000 horsepower.
Said he has one at his shop, so he said he could ship it to us. So we're hoping he can get on an AM shipment. We're kind of beat because we haven't slept much at all. So we figured stop, grab a hotel, wait for the part to show up. And we just want to do it right because we've got a long trip still ahead of us and it's going to get hotter and hotter. I mean, it's like a gross, humid 95, but it's 115 in Phoenix. So we just want to make sure we get the truck dialed before we try to cross through the desert and also do some pretty serious climbs. So we're going to go to the movies, probably Barbie. Let's do it. Oh, good morning. Yeah, today's day 4, and we're still in Russellville, Arkansas. We checked the entire town yesterday for parts to fix the E350. We had a little bit of an issue where our turbo coupler to the intercooler pipe popped 2 nights ago at the end of day 2, and we spent all of day 3 trying to sort it out to no avail. But a buddy of ours has shipped us a part from actually California, which is weird because I thought diesels were all what was out here. But we checked every store, every tuner shop, every truck shop we could find. We could not find the piece we need. So we're now waiting for UPS to show up and we're getting everything ready. Hopefully we'll be back on the road today. If not, this will be the last episode.
time is it?
It is 9:44.
Did someone say my name?
Okay.
Package is supposed to show up at 9:30. That's our friends at No Limit Fab sent us out the hose we need. I haven't gotten the notification yet, but I'm sure he's gonna check his box right now, and hopefully this is what we need to get the van back on the road. Here we go. You hear the clamps. He told me, he's like, don't use a razor to open it because it would suck to cut the silicone hose after I sent it to you. I was like, wow, yeah. Does that look like it's enough of a bend?
Oh, it looks like the same as the one we have.
Yeah. All right, so we got our new hoses from our friends at No Limit. The thing is they don't actually look the same. I think this is a problem between the van and the truck, is what the couplers look like. This one looks like maybe it's closest, but the problem is it's just not really making the angle that we need it to make. So I guess we'll try to force it. But you know, one of the problems is if you know, the big issue here is like you're not getting a good seal, and that's why it's popping it off. And like the more you deform it to bend it, the more it's gonna make that hole weird. I think Will said it best yesterday. He said, but you like trucks, but they're not enough of a challenge to work on, get yourself a van. All right, so the problem we have is that this, which is quite a nice piece of product. 6-ply. It's actually really sticky. It's been really hard to get on and off the pipe, which is what it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, this is for a regular pickup truck. And again, we're having some fan problems. Hell, from the stock one, there's a lot more angle. It's been impossible to find this. It's actually a discontinued part from Ford. That being said, it does look like it's just a regular 45, but we are in a town that has only one speed shop and they don't have one. So we need to at least get back on the road and try to find one. So plan is to trim this just so we can try to get sit right, hope for the best. So I'm just using a clamp to just give me a cut line on here. Go like that. You want to see if that at least sits better?
Yep.
We're also going to implement an old school BMX trick for holding on grips, which is hairspray. Unfortunately, the tried and true Aquanet Stronghold was unavailable, so we had to buy this really expensive salon stuff because it was all that we could find within walking distance today. Yeah, so the goal here is spray the tube with this, put it on. It helps it slide on real easy, which is nice.
That's what she said.
But then it dries like glue and helps kind of keep that seal. So we're hoping all of this will work.
Finish up a little do right here. What do we got?
We're going in one more time. We made a trim. If you can see, I don't even know if you really care anymore because we don't. As at a little bit of a better angle, you can see it's still kind of not perfect, but we think that's enough that we can force it. But we gotta hurry now because the hairspray is drying. So let's do this. All right, we took showers, we're ready to go. I even put on the luckiest shirt I have on this trip. What are you thinking?
I have no confidence.
Anxiety at an all-time high. All right, here we go. I can't even begin to explain to you the anxiety inside this vehicle. This is a 13-passenger van, and we have about 33 passengers worth of anxiety. The whole time, like every single slight grade, it's like, is this where it goes? Every weird noise, you're like, I mean, eventually it'll go away. So it's like when you build a project car and the first time you drive it, it's like nothing but anxiety. So, or it'll pop again. The goal right now is we're gonna try to, I would say take it easy, but your boy Will over here is mad. His feeling is like it's gonna pop. I'm thinking we got about 4 hours to Oklahoma or Oklahoma City, and we arrive at 4:20. See, there's some luck with us right here. So we actually have 3 hours and 18 minutes to Oklahoma City, and there's a lot of drag racers in the old Oklahoma City. So we're hoping we'll actually find the backup hose that will make us feel a lot better about ourselves. All right, we're cooking. We made it to Oklahoma. How you feeling? You were like a 2 out of 10 before in confidence.
Yeah, I'm a 3 now.
You're a full 3.
Only 3.
Take a road trip in an old 6-liter. It'll be fun, they said. I just realized right now, because like this van doesn't feel that old to me. This van was released in 2004. It is 2023. In a few months from now, this van will be 20 years old, but usually vehicles are released 6 months before the date. So this vehicle is technically 20 years old. Much. See you guys. Have a good one. After all that, we got something close. Still got to trim it down. All right, now we got to rush and try to make it to 4-wheel parts. here's what we got here. We have an onboard, we have onboard air, but we don't have a hose. We got a fire extinguisher because bad things can happen. The ARB digital inflator, nice little piece. And then we've got this, which is our kinetic toe strap from Smitty built. And then we've got the step because I'm old and I realized that my van's so tall that I can't get in it with my bad knees. So we got a step as well, which really makes me feel old because whenever I see people have steps on the back of their pickup truck, I'm like, really? But I busted my knee doing BMX. Sweet, guys. These guys have been waiting for me for 2 days. We were supposed to do a meet here and that didn't really happen. So yeah, we stopped in after they closed and made them stay late.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Yeah, that's the kind of friends we are. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Just out here in the parking lot getting a glow up. Installed our step. Try that out. How's that step?
Dude,
Does it change everything?
Step's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, look at that extra.
No, because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can use something to pull on.
never thought I would need a hitch step, but here we are. Smitty built beaver tail.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, what's the scoop?
All right, so van's still running, knock on wood, and we made it through Oklahoma City, and now we're gonna cruise Route 66 as the sun goes down and probably get some food here at Famous Lucille's. Yeah, I love Route 66, so we're gonna go enjoy it during that little magic hour moment. And then tomorrow, we will be in a very special town for us that's also on Route 66. Guess now, before they cut to the montage of next episode. We set out in my new joint converted 4x4 Econoline to drive across the country. Fortunately, we thought we'd be home by now. Hit this with the fender, and the guys had to put it back together. These are the cars that made up the Spiral. Model A was in the shot somewhere. Hudson was there.